think with all of our players, Mary Kay, there's things that we can do better, and there's some good moments out there, but that's what our job as coaches.
Browns insider TJ Houshmandzadeh just dropped a bombshell. Fans are done being patient, and they're turning up the heat on Kevin Stefanski. According to TJ, the outrage is no joke, and it all traces back to how Stefanski's been handling Shedeur Sanders. Many believe the coach has been quietly trying to undercut Sanders' reputation, not just on the field, but behind closed doors too. The fan base isn't sitting quietly anymore. Their message is crystal clear. They want Shedeur leading this squad now. But Stefanski's digging in his heels, sticking to his playbook like it's gospel. This clash between the coach's stubbornness and the fans' demands is getting explosive. And if the noise keeps building, it won't just be Shedeur feeling the heat. Stefanski himself might be the next one out of Cleveland. So the million-dollar question is, how long can Stefanski survive while the fans are chanting for his head louder every week? Things are spiraling fast, and every new press conference feels like a ticking time bomb. But before we dive deeper into this storm and what it could mean for Shedeur's future, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Your support keeps us digging into the real stories and backing the players who actually earn their shot. TJ didn't pull a single punch when he called out Stefanski's treatment of Shedeur. He said it flat out. In all his years around the Browns, he's never seen a coach work so hard against one of his own players.
Played well the first game. He was so off-putting, like, oh, yeah, well, we'll see what happens next. Like, he played great, man. He exceeded our expectations.
TJ described the bias as blatant, and he warned that if this perception keeps spreading, the Browns' front office might not have a choice. Pressure could mount so high that the Haslams are forced to step in, protecting both the team's future and finally giving Shedeur Sanders the spotlight he's been fighting for. TJ made it clear this wasn't just a one-time issue. It's a full-blown pattern. Even in the very first preseason game when Shedeur Sanders played lights out and left the crowd buzzing, Kevin Stefanski refused to give him credit, not even a quick nod or word of praise. Instead, Stefanski brushed it off with his usual bland talk about developing all quarterbacks equally, which everyone knows was just code for avoiding Shedeur's name altogether. Now, with everything that's unfolded since then, it's starting to look like the coach is trying to shift blame onto Shedeur just to cover his own mistakes. TJ said it straight. It feels like Shedeur was set up to fail from the start. That this isn't just about one bad decision or one rough night, but about a deeper pattern that's been chipping away at the players' confidence and the locker room's trust in leadership.
Fans gonna be saying, Shedeur our quarterback. Shedeur should be our starter. Shedeur should be the guy that starts game one, week one. Look what he did. They didn't want that to happen. And I don't know what's going on with Kevin Stefanski. It's almost as if, and
TJ's words hit hard because the proof's right there for everyone to see. Stefanski's favoritism has been showing since day one. While Shedeur was out there throwing darts and making plays that had analysts buzzing, the coach acted like it didn't even happen. Instead of celebrating his young quarterback, he gave robotic sound bites about team development, carefully dodging any real credit toward Sanders. Fans saw it, the media saw it, even players whispered that Stefanski's tone said it all. He wasn't rooting for Shedeur's success. It's raised serious questions about whether the coach is holding him back on purpose. TJ didn't stop there. He called Stefanski out directly, demanding answers for why Dillon Gabriel wasn't held accountable for his comments about Shedeur Sanders.
I don't even want to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. It's like he don't want Shedeur to do first game. He was so off-putting, like, oh, yeah, well, we'll see what happens next. Like, he played great, man. He exceeded our expectations.
TJ pointed out that back in his playing days, any disrespect like that would have been shut down instantly. No hesitation, no double standard. But Stefanski's silence spoke volumes, and combined with those strange play-calling decisions in the latest game, it paints a picture that's hard to ignore. Shedeur's being boxed in. Now the fans are fired up. They're siding with TJ, flooding social media, and demanding Stefanski's removal before he drags the whole team down. Accusations are flying that he's sabotaging the locker room and destroying team chemistry just to protect his ego. The controversy's snowballing fast, and at this rate, it's bound to dominate every Browns discussion moving forward.
Day starter is at quarterback. Will you also set the pecking order following, meaning quarterback 2, 3, and 4, or will there be a competition right through Cincinnati week?
Yeah, well, I'll talk to we'll have the team in tomorrow, so I'll be able to talk through a bunch of different things with our players. But in terms of, where people are, first string, second string, those type of things, not.
And the craziest part? TJ isn't the only one speaking out. Other big names are stepping up too, throwing their support behind Shedeur Sanders and the frustrated fans demanding change. Ocho Cinco didn't sugarcoat a thing. He flat out said Kevin Stefanski set Shedeur Sanders up to fail. According to him, surrounding Shedeur with backup-level players who could barely make another team's roster was basically guaranteeing disaster. He said even a legend like Tom Brady would have struggled in that setup. So what chance did Shedeur really have when he was thrown into chaos and expected to perform miracles? Ocho went even further, warning that the Browns-paid critics would soon start pushing their favorite lazy narrative, calling Shedeur a bust or some fifth-string bench warmer who couldn't cut it. But Ocho made it clear, that's a lie. The real problem isn't Shedeur's talent, it's Stefanski's leadership, putting a young quarterback in a doomed position, then acting shocked when things go wrong is straight-up manipulation. And what's worse, the organization's letting it slide like nothing's wrong. Ocho said this looked less like bad coaching and more like a calculated effort to tear Shedeur down. Some people in that building
made the entertainers and competitors comment, man, Shannon, if that was me, I would have walked up on Dylan Gabriel.
He suggested, seem more focused on proving him wrong than helping him succeed. That's a chilling statement, and it's got fans wondering what's really happening behind closed doors in Cleveland. Then came Skip Bayless, who took things to another level, ripping into the Browns on national TV. Skip called their handling of Shedeur the worst possible way to develop a young star. He said it wasn't one bad game or a few rough practices, it's been a pattern. From the lack of first-team reps to the constant public doubt, the Browns have made it nearly impossible for Shedeur to thrive. Skip argued that Stefanski and the front office have been mishandling the situation from day one, and the pressure they've dumped on the kid has only made things worse. Even Stephen A. Smith saw this coming. When Shedeur first took the field in preseason, Stephen A. warned that the Browns were setting him up to fail. And now everything's played out exactly like he predicted. Limited reps, questionable play calling, and zero real support. It's all starting to look deliberate. The more we see, the clearer it becomes. Shedeur Sanders never had a fair shot from the start, and now the whole football world is finally starting to call it out. Gus Johnson added his voice to the storm, and he didn't hold back. He argued that Shedeur Sanders was never a real priority for the Browns. According to Gus, Shedeur's been doing everything right, showing up early, staying late, and grinding harder than anyone else just to prove he deserves a shot. But despite all that effort, Kevin Stefanski seemed dead set on keeping him from shining. That's what's got fans fuming. They've had enough.
I'm outraged, I'm sickened, and I'm saddened. By the way, Shedeur continues to be treated in the National Football League, now by those sorry-ass Browns and sorry-ass Kevin Stefanski,
and are now demanding Stefanski step down and finally face accountability for how he's treated Shedeur. TJ's revelations about Stefanski's behind-the-scenes behavior carry serious weight, and the fallout's only getting louder. For years, fans and analysts have argued about how the Browns were handling Shedeur Sanders, but TJ's inside scoop makes things painfully clear. This wasn't bad luck or growing pains. This was a talented quarterback being placed in situations meant to break him. From preseason domination to recent games, Shedeur's commitment and effort were ignored, while Stefanski's questionable calls and cold attitude chipped away at his momentum. And it's not just TJ saying it anymore. From Ocho Cinco to Skip Bayless to Stephen A. Smith, everyone's starting to see the same disturbing pattern: mismanagement and bias. These voices all agree that Stefanski's choices have made Shedeur's journey harder than it ever should have been. It's created a toxic environment where talent gets buried under ego and politics instead of being nurtured. Now, the fan base isn't staying quiet. The chants for Stefanski's firing are getting louder with every passing game, and the Browns' front office can't pretend not to hear it. If they don't make a move soon, things could spiral fast, from locker room tension to a full-on PR nightmare. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about one coach or one player. It's about accountability, fairness, and leadership that values real performance over personal agendas. The pressure in Cleveland is officially boiling over. Fans, analysts, and even former players are calling this one of the most toxic quarterback situations the Browns have seen in years. Inside sources say the locker room feels divided.
When they're at practice, Shedeur Sanders is not their priority. When he is at practice, he was staying hours beforehand, leaving hours later.
With some players backing Shedeur Sanders and others too scared to speak out against Kevin Stefanski's decisions, it's creating a cloud of tension so thick you could cut it with a knife. What's wild is that this isn't just about football anymore. It's about respect. Players are reportedly frustrated that a guy who's been out working almost everyone is still being sidelined like he's disposable. Shedeur's not just fighting for a position, he's fighting for recognition. You can feel it every time he steps on the field. That quiet fire, that determination to prove everyone wrong. And the fans, they've turned this into a movement. Hashtags calling for Stefanski's firing are trending across sports media, and even national outlets are starting to take notice. The message is loud and clear. Let Shedeur play or let Stefanski go. Every week that passes without change just adds more fuel to the uproar. Reports say some insiders believe ownership might already be discussing contingency plans, a possible coaching shakeup if things don't turn around fast. The Houshmandzadehs are under pressure to act, and they know it. Public patience has officially run out, and the Browns can't afford another year of dysfunction and wasted potential. As this story keeps heating up, one thing's becoming obvious. This situation has gone way past team politics. It's now a fight for the Browns' future. If Cleveland doesn't fix this fast, they risk losing not only Shedeur Sanders, but also the faith of their entire fan base. The noise in Cleveland is turning into a full-blown storm. Every sports talk show, podcast, and headline is zeroed in on the Browns' quarterback drama. And all fingers are pointing at Kevin Stefanski. Rumors are swirling that even people inside the organization are starting to question whether he's lost control of the locker room. The once steady coach is now facing a tidal wave of criticism that's only getting stronger by the day. What's really lighting up social media is the growing belief that Shedeur Sanders has been held back on purpose. Clips from practice, leaked locker room whispers, and insider reports are painting a picture of a young quarterback who's doing everything right, yet still can't catch a break. People are asking the question no one wants to say out loud. Is Stefanski sabotaging Shedeur to protect his own image? It's a bold claim, but after everything that's come out, it doesn't sound too far-fetched. Even more shocking. Several former Browns players have reportedly reached out to Shedeur privately, telling him to keep his head up and stay ready. That's not normal unless there's real tension brewing behind closed doors. Some insiders claim the locker room is quietly splitting. Veterans who've seen this type of coaching politics before versus younger players who just want to win and believe Shedeur gives them that chance. Meanwhile, the front office is under serious fire. Fans are demanding action, not excuses. Every decision Stefanski makes is being dissected. Every press conference line turned into a meme or a headline. The narrative is shifting fast, from Shedeur's potential to Stefanski's survival. At this point, Cleveland feels like a ticking time bomb, and nobody knows who's going to blow first. Will the Browns finally wake up and let Shedeur lead, or will this mess explode and drag everyone down with it? One thing's for sure, the drama's not slowing down anytime soon. Things in Cleveland have hit a breaking point, and the energy inside that building feels explosive. reports say the atmosphere around the Browns facility has turned ice cold, with whispers spreading that Kevin Stefanski is isolating himself from players and staff. Some sources claim he's avoiding tough conversations altogether, while others say he's doubling down on control, micromanaging every move just to keep his authority intact. Meanwhile, Shedeur Sanders keeps showing up like a pro, focused, calm, and refusing to let the noise shake him. Insiders describe him as the first one in, last one out, quietly studying film while the chaos swirls around him. It's that type of discipline that's winning him even more fans across the league. And yet, despite everything he's doing right, the Browns' leadership still seems to be pretending he's not ready, a move that's angering players who've seen his talent firsthand. Behind closed doors, frustrations reaching new levels. A few players have reportedly started questioning Stefanski's motives out loud, something that almost never happens in a disciplined NFL locker room. Some are saying it feels like a coach versus player environment, not a team working toward the same goal. That kind of divide doesn't just break trust, it wrecks morale. Social media is exploding with speculation, and even rival teams' fans are tuning into the Browns drama like it's a reality show. Everyone's asking the same thing: how long before the front office steps in? The franchise's reputation is hanging by a thread, and one more bad move could send it crashing down completely. The truth is, this situation has gone way beyond football. It's about leadership, pride, and whether Cleveland has the guts to fix its own mess. And as the tension grows, one thing's becoming crystal clear. Shedeur Sanders isn't the problem. He might just be the spark the Browns have been too blind to see. The next few weeks could change everything for Cleveland. This is the moment that decides whether the Browns finally wake up and fix their mess or keep repeating the same tired mistakes. The tension's real, the fans are furious, and the team's reputation is hanging in the balance. If the front office doesn't step in soon, they risk losing not just Shedeur Sanders, but the entire locker room's trust. So what do you think? Was Shedeur Sanders really set up to fail, or are there other pieces of this puzzle we're missing? Do Kevin Stefanski's choices come from personal bias, or is this just a stubborn coaching strategy gone wrong? Should the Browns make a bold move and shake up their leadership, or is it still too early to pull the trigger? And here's the biggest question. Does Shedeur have what it takes to rise above all this chaos and silence every critic standing in his way? If you were calling the shots in Cleveland, how would you handle this situation? Drop your thoughts below. We want to hear your take on this wild Browns drama. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Your support keeps us going and helps us keep uncovering the truth. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.